All right, let's talk about the types of career breaks. So, in this video, I'm going to break it down into two different categories. One is the types of breaks that we might typically think of. And then the second is the type of personality for that break, meaning what's the goal and intention of that break. So, let's start with the type of break. So, when you think about breaks, I always think about it as kind of a few core categories. The first is a career break, which is an extended amount of time away from work that can be planned or unplanned. This is typically beyond 2 months. So, this is not what you would think of as a typical vacation. In fact, you're looking at it as, let's say, 2, 6, 8 months being away from work. Now, in addition to, let's say, a planned break that is a break away from work, this could be, if it's unplanned, people who might have experienced a layoff would be a career break. Another way to think about it is parents who are taking time off for caregiving. That is also considered a career break. And so that could end up being years, not just months of time. So that's how you can think of career breaks. The second is a sabbatical. A sabbatical is an extended break from work that is actually an employee benefit. So this is really common in, say, education, right? For academia, professors who take 3 months off, during the summer, or if they have a semester off, it's pretty common. Typically, organizations, there's about 16% of organizations that have a sabbatical program in their corporation. And this really looks at a specific amount of time that an employee can take off. And that also typically has requirements that they have to meet. So there's eligibility requirements they would have to meet in order to qualify for the program. Most of these folks will end up going back to their job after the sabbatical because it's typically either, a 4 week or maybe it's a 12-week sabbatical program through work. The third is a leave of absence. And so you might think of a leave of absence as a medical leave of absence. There's also been an increased number of mental health leave of absence, as well as a voluntary leave of absence. These leave of absence programs are again through your employer, and it can be because you've got to make sure that you're taking time off to rest and recharge, take care of your health, take care of a family member, whatever that might be. About 30% of the people that I talk to who are taking a career break are using their medical leave of absence due to stress and burnout. So it's a pretty common one that I often will notice. And then the fourth type of break are regularly scheduled mini breaks. And so the research actually shows that the frequency of time off matters more than the duration of time. And so when you think about what that means is it's about using your weekends like mini vacations. So we'll talk about that as well throughout the course of how do we infuse play into your regularly scheduled breaks in a way that allows you to rest and recharge on a recurring basis, not just a one and done. So let's now talk specifically about the different types of career breakers. So in the interviews that I conducted, as well as the research I conducted, there are a few types of break takers that emerge. The first is the passion project people. So passion project people tend to be those who are taking a career break because they have something they want to do during that time. So let's say they want to write a book, they want to learn a new language, they want to really explore their side gig. Whatever that looks like for them, they typically are exploring something new as a part of their career break. The next are the adventurers. These are your freedom seekers who are maybe taking a gap year to travel the world, right? Or they might spend a few months in a different country and they're just exploring and exposing themselves to new environments. And so those are the adventurers. The third type are the restful recoverers. These are people who are taking time away from work to heal, find balance, to rest and recharge. And so their focus during this time is really focused on self-care, around taking care of their family, around taking care of their health. And then finally, the last type are the soul searchers. Like the resters, they are often feeling themselves in this deep exhaustion or feeling really burnt out. And so they're using this time to rest and recharge. But a career break for soul searchers is about radical change. They're looking for something different. They're looking for a new direction. They're looking for a way to make sure that their values are aligned with their desires. And so in this section of Career Break Compass, we're going to talk about each of the different types. But as you go through play, pause, plan, and pursue, I want you to also consider which of these types of career breakers are you, and how can you make sure that you are getting what you need during this time off to accomplish your goals and objectives.